It looked really funny in that cutscene. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the angle or the way they composited it. It looked like Bayonetta was super tiny in that seat. The seat looked huge.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then she's a big woman, so that...
Yeah, she's got to be well over 6 feet.
Yeah.
God, trying to figure out what that banner in the back... Energy Gym? The yellow one. The back.
Energy Gym.
Energy Gym. What's this one? Radio Adventure? God, they have a weird Art Deco thing going on throughout this whole world.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't even notice it until towards the end.
Yeah, when we get back to another city.
Yeah.
And even Mr. Pizza Pasta here is stylish. Look at him.
Yeah.
I don't know where you get a coat like that, but I kind of want one. Granted, he has terrible skin and this weird, look at
that ponytail.
Face, and that ponytail, which is just sticking straight back.
Just like
that's how ponytails work.
Hair turd, just jutting out from the back of his head. The coyote turd. Did you ever see those furry turds in Idaho walking around? Just see a fucking furry pile of shit?
No.
It's weird.
Something like a coyote eating someone's cat?
I think so, yeah. They just, end up eating a lot of fur.
So I wonder what Mr. Pizza Pasta's wife thinks about his work with Bayo here. Because she seems to know his kids. The impression is given, especially in Bayo 2, that she sometimes comes over for dinner.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she can't get upset because, I don't know, he seems to have nice cars and lots of rings, so he must be doing good business.
And his license plate says Ed and Edna, which is either his son and daughter or his wife and son.
And it's no way in hell that Bayonetta's gonna fool around with that fat dude.
Yeah.
So his wife just shouldn't worry about any of that.
Yeah, I imagine his wife is the sort who looks at him and is like, you couldn't do better than me. So you go hang out with your witches and your angels and that fella who I think might be the devil Satan. You do what you want, honey. Because you're always coming home to Edna.
And I mean, it also just Bayonetta's this guy isn't gonna seduce this witch.
Yeah,
that's just the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's 2 or 3 tiers of his wife not being concerned. First, he's bringing home the cash. His car is named after her and their son. So obviously he is devoted to them. He couldn't do better than his wife, whoever she is.
Yeah.
And Bayo is the sort that's like, nah, you would never make a pass at my honey. You might flirt with him, but no.
Yeah.
No. You do what you need to, honey.
Shit, what is happening?
We're going to super slow-mo so they can teach you about torture attacks. And there are more angels. And Jean makes an appearance.
This is ridiculous.
I think for every cutscene they sat down and they said, how can we make this as
that.
cool? Yeah. How can we make this as cool and ridiculous? How do we just make this a cartoon?
Yeah, I was just gonna
every
say.
moment, how do we make this a goddamn cartoon?
I was gonna say, when did that's a total cartoon thing right there. And also a great trick to avoid some animation.
Yeah, it's just put hit sparks around the thing for a little bit. Jean has an awesome outfit.
And the thing is, Jean is also shares the same figure.
Yeah.
And very, very attractive, but I wouldn't say she's nearly as sexy as Bayonetta. She's dressed a little bit more conservatively. She doesn't have she doesn't throw as much flair into the things she does.
Oh, no.
I mean, besides their animations, because they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm getting at is that not every female character in this game, well, all 2 that are adults, they're not all just the same. It's not just 2 Bayonettas that are both out trying to out-sexy each other.
Yeah, they have different personalities. Jean doesn't... she has the same, ballet kind of movements and that same flair to her attacks, but when you see her in cutscenes and talking, she's not being overtly sensual.
She doesn't have
sexual in any way. She's very serious. She's they rely... Once you watch enough anime and whatnot, you realize that there's the hot and cold dichotomy they use a lot.
Yeah.
Between Joseph Joestar and Caesar Zappelli. One's hot-headed and the other's cold.
Yeah.
Bayonetta is obviously hot, and then Jean is cold. They both have the same figure. They're both kind of sexual, just looking at them as in their figure.
Mm-hmm.
And Jean, when you play as her white version of Bayo's black outfit does the same thing, where it kind of dissipates as you use her combos. But as a character, she's not out and about like, look at me, boys, the way Bayo is.
And see, when they both share that same, hair, like make the hair creature in your clothes coming off thing. That's going even deeper to say that that's just the rules.
Yeah.
Of being a witch and summoning something.
Well, that goes back to
take some hair.
Yeah, that goes back to European folklore apparently.
Oh.
That there were legends that witches they used their hair for magic.
Yeah.
And so they took that and just really exaggerated it for the sake of this.
It's not like Bayonetta just chooses to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that if you want to summon some hair beast, you're gonna have to get a little naked, and they're like, okay.
There's a shot. There's a finishing shot right there.
Great. But Bayonetta has this like bounce to her step sometimes, and she's usually eating a lollipop, and she kicks her feet up on the dashboard. Jean wouldn't do any of those things.
No,
and
she would just strike an awesome pose like that.
But in your usual Japanese game with sexy women, they're all just the same.
Yeah.
Like there's the illusion of personality just because of character design, and maybe one's the grumpy one, and one's the childish one.
Well, there's the whole list of female anime archetypes. Like there's the crazy obsessed one, and there's the athletic one, and the childish one, the one that likes to cook, etc., etc. And so there's the which is your waifu? Platinum coffee. I want that.
Like they're and so that's good. It's cool. I did something I never really stopped to think about last time or when we played it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't have time to. You were getting sick angel battles every few minutes.
Really no time to think while playing this game.
No, you just look at... we get cutscenes like this, and we get to look at their figures and go, okay, we can discuss butts for a few minutes. And something else we talked about was Bayo and Jean are the only... Really, they're the only two competent characters in this game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Rodin, he doesn't get a chance to show any competence to his credit. But Cheshire is always fucking up. Mr. Pizza Pasta there is just short, fat comic relief. And Father Baldur, I think, is the only other character, and he's a dick. He's a dick who goes to TGI Fridays, dips his mozzarella sticks in whipped cream.
Oh, man, he's the definition of opulence.
It's like if they made hedonism bought a person. Because a robot can only know so much hedonism.
Yeah, but when what's his name? Luca? Is that his name?
Luca, yeah. I was just calling him Cheshire.
When he shows up, it isn't like Bayonetta's like, oh, I want him.
No.
Like, I need to win him over. And it isn't even like they went ahead and reversed it, because he wants to kill her.
Yeah, well, he's been following her, and so she knows who he is, so she's not surprised when he shows up.
And it's not until the end that there's even the hint that, I guess it's stronger than a hint, that Luca is into her.
Yeah.
But it takes her proving to him that she isn't a murderer of humans. She didn't, kill his dad and whatnot, and then at that point is when he's like, oh, this chick is pretty cool. Like, oh my god.
And then Luca toward the end does get his little hero moments, and he's shown not to be a completely incompetent,
but he is just simply a human working, living among these.
He's a human trying to get by amongst sick angel battles. It makes sense he would slip up.
Yeah.
It's something else that annoys me is when people try to make a strong female character, and in doing so they make just a completely incompetent male character. It's like, you haven't... It's good that you want a strong female character. I'm not saying you have to have a strong male character to counterbalance it, but I don't think it's progress when you just completely invert the gender roles like that.
It's like going into a 3rd grade kickball tournament and being like, I'm the MVP.
So it starts off like that because Cheshire or Luca, he is just fucking up the whole time. But toward the end, he does find his moments.
He makes a tiny drink.
It is tiny, but also he has gigantic
tiny
hands.
in his hands, yeah. But the delicate, the like, you know, delicate touch that he has, not to destroy anything while he's shaking.
Basically, he's Star Platinum.
Yeah.
God, Star Platinum can make so many drinks so fast. If he didn't just smash all the bottles.
It'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he has incredible hand-eye coordination. God, Star Platinum would pour the exact amount of liquor you need. Get it mixed up in a quarter of a second.
Rub the lemon wedge around the rim of the glass just right.
He would just, yeah, he'd rub around the edge just right, and then he'd punch the exact curl he needs off of it using like just the edge of his knuckle. Yeah.
And it would just be that perfect shape.
Mm-hmm.
Why even bother with that tiny drink?
I don't know. He must weigh like 250 pounds, muscle. It's gonna have to. Well, it could be demon liquor.
Oh yeah.
Which is probably a lot stronger, because hell, you know, when you're a demon, you need strong stuff. One of the few gold trophies we get. Just warning y'all now, this isn't going to be a very impressive playthrough for a while.
Yeah, if you look...
It's a hard game. It's not easy.
Especially for me being pretty new to the whole genre.
Oh yeah. Oh god, Angel Attack. It's not even terrible. It's just not great.
I wonder
Which is
if
kind
there's
of worse.
I wonder if there's a real awesome decline in how good we get at this, or how bad. Because there's a point when we tried, and then there's a point where we just didn't care anymore.
Well, there was one time where we had a bunch of bullets,
Uh-huh.
and like I'm gonna get this angel, and I missed, and I missed, and I missed, and so I just said fuck it, and just hammered the button until it was over.
It took I think twice for me just to get the hang of it.
Yeah.
It felt so weird.
Well, the problem we kept having is, if you look at the bottom right, the one subscriber we have, it says press Y to shoot. On the Wii U gamepad, the Y button is the leftmost button, the equivalent to the square on a PlayStation gamepad. For whatever reason, I kept thinking it was the topmost button, the equivalent of the triangle on a PlayStation gamepad. I don't know why.
I did the same thing.
And I realized I don't like having A, B, X, and Y, because A and B and X and Y are relative to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't help but associate their position, with one another. And so if I get one mixed up, it means I automatically mix up the other. Whereas triangle O, square X aren't related to each other. And so in my mind, they're not anchored to anything. And so it's easier to just go, okay, Plus, I've been playing a PlayStation for 20 years as of next year, so I've had plenty of time to get used to it. But
yeah, well, it was always easy to remember that triangle was the topmost because it pointed up.
Yeah.
And then X was usually the confirm button, and something about an X made that stand out in my mind.
Except O was supposed to be the confirm button. When they were thinking about like what are symbols going to be, the guy who designed it was like, okay, circle makes sense as a confirm, X makes sense as a cancel.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah.
And so these days it's mostly modernized, so that whatever the bottom button is your select, whatever the right button is, that's your cancel. Now they're talking about something. I'm not even sure. I think he's talking about the.
I think he's talking about like the lasagna that his family makes.
Yeah, that his wife Edna is cooking up right now. She puts 3 kinds of cheeses and 6 kinds of onions.
The sauce simmers for a good 24 hours.
I come home, I'm like, Edna, fix me up a plate of that lasagna.
Look at that Subway.
I know. It's not even at a good perspective.
And why is it wobbling? Why does it wobble as it's moving?
Because it looks less stupid that way than if it was just going in a straight line.
I don't know if you ever played Little Inferno.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that like style of animation.
And then because Bayo can turn invisible and go into purgatory, she just rides on this train for free. Which basically is what I would do. I would just ride the bus everywhere for free. Fuck with people.
I would do so many things for free.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't do the worst things for free.
Oh no, but
I'd go to the movie theaters for
I'd go
free.
to the movie theaters. I'd go to the store and see whether they have on clearance, and reach the way she does, reach through purgatory to grab something, then pull it back so it's invisible with you.
See, I'm the guy.
There we go.
I'm the asshole that would cut to the front of the check stand line or something, or like do self checkout, and then skip the whole waiting in line for it thing.
Yeah.
I would make my own sandwiches whenever I'd go out to get a sandwich somewhere. I'd leave with the money,
Oh yeah, you pay for it. It's just I don't want to deal with the people who. Oh god, how did I put this without sounding terrible? I just want to put it. I don't want to deal with the people who can't take my order well.
The sandwich artists.
Yeah. So, what do you want?
Oh man, I just thought of a great shirt. So you remember the shirt, the whole like aspiring
yeah.
slash
it's like aspiring artist and it's crossed out and it's like aspiring astronaut or something like that. Yeah.
Aspiring artist, but then written in above it was sandwich. Aspiring sandwich artist.
Oh, we should. Oh god, if we can get more than the one fan. Hi, Jeremy. We should.
Thanks for sticking with us, Jeremy.
Thanks for having our pack, buddy. If we ever get more than Jeremy, and we actually need to make T-shirts, that should definitely be one of them.
Yeah, aspiring sandwich artist.
That some of the other ones we talked about, like what were they? I remember there was Stalking with Dinosaurs.
Oh
it's
yeah.
like the woman on the T-Rex's back, and they both just have their glasses. But the T-Rex has his binoculars and like they're basically opera glasses. And some other video game ones, of course. One with just a picture of Negredo that says this shirt has a cat on it.
Now give me money.
Yeah. Give me money for this picture of my cat.
It says this shirt has a cat on it, period, internet, period. Just, what? Like, is that
just shirts that... No, like last night when I sent you that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the realization that you and I are kind of walking tinderboxes.
Yeah.
Just... If we could turn that into a shirt, I would love it. I don't know how we would do it.
So that was a good realization that you and I are walking tinder boxes that seem to set bridges on fire, but it's mostly that we just like to test the structural integrity of the bridge before we cross it.
Well, yeah, if that bridge was so fragile that one small spark just set it completely ablaze, then that's the least of the jokes I'm going to make, basically. The joke, by the way, I was at a concert last night and I took a picture of the leading man for Sonata Arctica, and there were just two people to either side of him, so they kind of framed him a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I put that up on Facebook with the caption, I'm an event photographer now, #art school. Because so many people I went to art school with just basically took their photography skills and just went to concerts.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I got some nice pics here. Oh, it's all kind of red because there's red lights. Oh, this one's blue. There's blue lights. Oh, here's the leading man. He's real blurry because there's like so much motion going on.
You see, I just focused on the person on the stage, and then the people in the audience were blurry because of the focus. Depth of field, art school.